Welcome back to the channel. My name is Not Raisin. We're playing more PLO, well, 20 right now, a little bit of PLO 10. Because we're still waiting for some seats on microgaming and of course waiting for the games on RunItOnce to start. And maybe the patch will be released today. Which is me being all hopeful, not necessarily being any better informed than you are. And by necessarily, I mean not at all. But who knows? Would be sweet. So for now, microgaming it is. 4 tables of PLO 10 for the time being. I'll keep an eye open for the 2 PLO 20 tables that are currently running on micro. This guy, huh? The Glory Man in the channel. Hey, Glory. Tough one right off the bat. I don't think I'm folding the nut flush draw here, am I? Nah. Not excited for this spot at all. 2 pair, 3 pair, come on, how about a jack? Nice to see you back, Glory. How are things going? By the way, thank you very much for the ideas, for the initial idea of doing the giveaway and everything. It wouldn't have occurred to me. Turn a flush draw, and that's pretty much it. What? Came fourth for 41k? Wowzers! Awesome! Gonna let this go. Wow! Okay, we do have a PLO 10 table on RunItOnce opening. That is pretty sweet. What am I gonna do? Which table are we gonna close? I think we're gonna close table 1. Yeah, you go get some food. 41k, wow. Jesus. For what? 4th? Whoa. Must have been one long ass tournament. Right, so I'm gonna close this table in a moment, because here I have the Pandamania dude, who we well know by now. Sitting to our left. Probably not ideal. And by the way, I'll check out that Ace Jack Jack 10 hand in a moment, if that is even a 3-bet. I mean, I think generally, actually I don't know if it generally is. Against this guy I'm leaning a little, I don't mind. Like this aggressive dude, because he rarely 3-bets or never 4-bets. But he's so very loose with his open raising range, with his opening range, 36% preflop raise. But let's check out what the normal approach would be. Okay, so there was small blind versus button. We had Ace Jack Jack 10 triple suited. You know what it is? Oh, hang on, that was perfectly single suited. Yeah, it's fine, it's a raise fold. That's awesome. I would guess we have it. There's a Jack 9, unless he has a Jack 9. No, okay. Yeah, so to answer your question, how is it going? Yesterday, especially like in the first part of the session, I don't think I played particularly well. Got a little bit punished for it, not much. And later on, I got the money and, you know, good or really good, and got crushed by the dealer. It was quite remarkable. Took some nasty beats. In the end, we finished down like 5 binds. Wasn't a huge, altogether huge deal. Mic on? Yeah. Just double checking. No. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out what table to ditch because a new PLO 10 table just opened. So down here it seems like we have a new maniac. Someone we don't really know. Here we're gonna call. Nothing much exciting is gonna happen on this board. Oh, unless he checks, then we get another shot. Kind of an interesting spot up here with holding the 9. I'll check behind. He finds the bad button for full pot size now. Let it go. And now we're gonna pot it here. Right, but what table to ditch? What table to ditch? Really? Okay. Can't quite make heads or tails out of it. I'm confused. I'm gonna call. Okay, that does make sense. I was about to say, like, unless it's turned, the turn's set. A little bit unfortunate. 2 days long. Wow. And der Alte is in the channel as well. Welcome back, der Alte. So what table to ditch? I think we're gonna ditch this one. Because I would very much like to investigate this guy further. There might be some value here. Like, he's not 3-betting, he's not 3-betting. It's not a great hand by any means. We have some nutted outs, and this guy is just so very juicy apparently, and everybody has the same idea. And would like to play hands with him. The quick pop-in! I always appreciate the quick pop-in. Get raised here, definitely gonna call. Blind versus blind. Well, blind versus button. Okay, we flop middle set 3 ways. Oh, Easterdam! So right on! I've been to his channel. I think I've hosted him. Of course, he's a huge channel. He doesn't necessarily need me hosting him. That is an awesome score, agreed. Now that's an awesome turn as well. Getting it right off the bat here. Only that to jacks and sixes. Okay. Okay. What you got then? That's the quads? Nope. Just a flop, not flush. Are we taking this one down? Really? Well, don't mind if I do. Gonna fight for the rake back here. Yeah. That's a race I intend to call. Never mind. Okay. So wait, he snap called with the what now? Certainly valuable information. Ace 10 Jack Jack. Suited to the ace. Yeah, I guess I see it. This guy is coming over the tops. That is fair enough. He seems to be a little bit checky, a little bit conservative post. So I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here for full pot. Hmm. Even though I have the 8, either he had us all the way, or if he had a draw, then it's a straight draw here on this board. We block the highest straight draw heavily. I've just let it go. And move the first PLO 20 table over, which is the one down here on table 3. Ooh, der Alte! I hope so too. The home games start at 7 o'clock Central European summertime, which I think should be your time zone as well. Good point. Good point, Gloryman, yeah? If you want, set one up, like a no-limit hand discussion, hand and strategy. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. So I think we're like 10 bucks down right now. I dusted off that one bind with the triple suited flush draw there, which probably wasn't the way to go in that spot. Yeah, very excellent point, Gloryman. I like it. Hang on, no, you were going to get dinner or lunch, so don't. I can set it up later as well. That's an excellent question. Here I'm a little bit. This is a spot where I'm a little bit lost, to be honest. Not sure what the move is. That's, you know, when in doubt, pot, but let's go the other way this time. Yeah, me too. The Sunday stream will be a blast. Looking very much forward to it myself. He found a check in him as well. That's interesting. We have a decent hand here, and we flop very well. Wow. At least for now. If he has a queen, then so this bet sizing we're definitely calling with the wrap here. Anything much larger, and I would still feel a little bit lost as to what to do. And if he comes over the top, it'll get nasty. Yeah, right. I don't think he really thought that one through, potting it there. But sometimes you just go like, we won this one? How in the deuce is that possible? Let's try to keep the other guy in. So if he checks, I'm gonna bet. If he bets, the question is, do I raise here? And this bet sizing seems slightly odd. We have the best non-full house hand here. Well, actually, tell a lie, that would be a straight in there as well. With 5 in my hand, I don't think that's particularly likely. Although it's completely possible that he would fold a straight here. I'm gonna call this. Like, I throw this away against almost everyone else. This guy just seems way too interesting to do that against. With luck, we still have the best hand. It's possible. Doesn't change too much. Sure, 5-7 gets there, 6s get there, but... This is spot for a hero call. Can't quite... Nah. Okay, things are looking up. We have an additional PLO 20 table from on microgaming going on right now. Also the PLO 10 table on RunItOnce is filling up nicely. Not having the tables arranged neatly. Just wait, one of these days I'll iron my shoelaces and go proper monk. Good enough. Good enough. Get some food watching at the same time. I don't know, since my childhood I always like to read when I eat. I still do to this time. It's like even if I watch a movie, I sometimes pause the movie and read something or the other for the minutes that I'm eating. No, it's not a home game. I think we're just gonna do like the regular say a word in the chat and a random, like a random, not a random number generator. Like a bot will figure out who the winner is. We'll select the winner at random. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. I think that's a nice way of doing it. So we start with, like, I don't know what we start with. We gotta spread them out a little. The things that we give away. 5 gift subscriptions for the channel. 1 RunItOnce Elite membership for 1 month. And 1 PLO Matrix membership. Wow, with the open-ender, we're gonna have to let it go for this bet sizing. Yeah. Always action down here on this table. Always with the re-raises and the raises to sky. I like him. Let's see, let me check the RunItOnce Discord. Somebody asked today if the new patch would be released, and the only answer was like the zip mouth emote from one of the RunItOnce folks. See if there's anything new. Not yet. Would be awesome. How did he win this in the end? Wow, running 6. Okay. Jesus. Note to self, has a horseshoe up his butt. Raksha, here as well. Nice to see you, Raksha. He left! What was his name? Castor. Okay, let's utilize the search function there. See if he maybe settles down on a new table. That guy was juicy. Nope, not yet. How could he leave? That shouldn't be allowed. Okay then. Oh, decent pot down here. Never mind, he folded. Ooh, wheels! Wheels here as well. Right, wheels. So the thing is, you're completely anonymous on RunItOnce. So from your perspective, from my perspective, I'm not Raisin. From this guy's perspective, I am Hunter S or Barbara F or whatever. And so you always see your own name. For all the other players, you see a random name. And additionally, like if this guy let's assume he's sitting on 4 tables, we're sitting on 4 tables with him. On each table, he's gonna have an individual made-up name. So they change every time you sit down at a table, and they're not the same across all the across multiple tables. And subsequently, also all the notes you take on a player. So if I was to put him in a shirt here, give him a color, which he actually deserves, or take a note on him, then it would only be good for this table, this note. So it wouldn't appear across multiple tables even if he's sitting at multiple tables. Now this with the wrap, don't think I can lay this down. I do have a hard blocker, and I have the nuts. Wani's also in the channel. Thank you very much for the good luck wishes, man. Hi guys. There's one king too many. That's quite a board. What's going on here? Okay, let's call one. I mean, getting it all in is certainly an option. Exactly, nobody can see that I am me. Just like in high school. No, I made myself laugh. Of course, I'm kidding. Yeah, I decided to let this one go. I don't really mind how I played it. What's going on here? This guy never 3-bets. But we do have a nice connected hand. We're gonna play this one in position. Oh, hang on. He's almost... I'm still gonna call. I could have come over the top to get this guy out. But I actually don't mind playing a flop versus him. Yeah, he's almost out of chips here. He's really short. Really? Oh, you shouldn't me. This one is close, I feel. It could go either way. So last time in a similar spot where I said it's close, I folded. This time I'll call. Oof. I do flop very nicely up here. This pot, it's a huge pot. I'm not folding just yet. We do make a straight. Let's come over the top here. Fuck. I'm not folding this huge. Yes! Okay. Wait, he had the better straight? Oh no! 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 I would have been easier to stomach had he had the flush there. Gosh darn it. That's a proper pot too. That was 200 BB from our end. Ugh. Oh well. So, incidentally, what did this corruption guy have? I didn't actually pay attention to that. Oh, wait, okay. He had the mighty Jack 10 3 deuce, double suited. He actually flopped the Jack high flush, which is nice for him. Up here, need to let this go, it's unfortunate. Do have an open ender, but we could be dead already. We have no spades. Not the spot to call with an open ender. Our aces took it down pre, which is sad. Top two here. Oh lordy lord, they're really not making it easy on us though, are they? So we're getting 1 to 3, we need to be right like 33% of the time. I have no idea, I could like throw a coin here. Don't do me like that. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, that's those 20 bucks back. Ah, oh, damn it. Whew. Sorry for the cursing. I'm usually not that cursy. That's sweary. Nah, even closing the action. Triple suited, I don't think so. So yeah, we're... We lose a buy-in on run at once. If not, we are breaking even. Close to... Yeah. Almost breaking even, down like 4 or 5 bucks. See you later, der Alte. Hope you have a pleasant Friday afternoon and a good start to your weekend. And if nothing bad happens in the meantime and the PLO 50 move up does happen next Tuesday, which I think it will, then no more microgaming. Well, at least not much. I'm very much looking forward to only playing on RunItOnce once more. Just because the look is so much nicer. Also, I like the side a little bit better. Took that one down, unfortunately. Maybe it's a spot for a check. We're crushing the board pretty hard, I would say. Probably not a spot to squeeze. Probably not a hand to squeeze. All of them. All of them jewels. Wow. Seems like a busy day, Raksha. Now that is definitely an interesting card. Wow. So here I'm folding. He bet into 4 people. 3 people. Here, I'm a little bit confused. It's helping. We definitely increased the amount of showdown value we have. Yeah, fair enough. These guys doing? King, queen, 10. Top pair was good for him there. Okay. Ooh, decent splash. Do we have a hand? Well, most of one. Let's go for a raise fold. Also, could have also tried a little bit of limping there. If he squeezes, it's gonna be a nice move. Also pretty nice is turning it nuts here against Panda, who I tend to call a little bit wider, as you maybe know by now, because he is certainly raising very wide, 3-betting very wide. Has reigned into 4-betting apparently, not that crazy in that regard. Yeah. Not the flop we were looking for. Also not necessarily weren't looking to play this hand 4 ways. And it's tough to get river bets out of him. I maybe need to take this into account in the future. Yeah, mix it up in my river bet sizing. 100 BB this guy has. That's good to me. It also sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, it's not a board where I'm basically ever checking, having 3-bet even from the small blind, I think. Oh, Alex! Welcome back, Alex. Nice to see you here. Yeah, let it go. That's kind of a stupid spot. You know what? Yeah, just raising this is fine. I would open it, and I usually tend to treat limpers as if they, like, either as a third blind or as if they weren't in the hand at all. This one, however, I'm gladly folding. There's too many gaps. It's not ideally double suited. Go for it, Alex, go for it. That's you know, of course the name of the game. And Frenchie in the channel as well. Offsuit, you say, huh? Let's go for the raise fold. Alright, I was gonna check something. Okay, take it down. Good stuff. You know what? This one I honestly don't know. Let's check it out. Table 4 is breaking. That's fine. Looks like we're gonna be able to open up another RunItOnce table. I consider myself unnoticed, Frenchie. Alright, I was gonna do something. Right, open up an additional PLO 10 table on RunItOnce. Let's get a nice splash going today. I mean, the beauty is, apparently the splashes are per, like from what I heard, they're per stake. So the rate that you're paying a PLO 10 will never be used for the splash at PLO 20 and so on. Which is amazing, I didn't know it worked like that. And so there's definitely an upside to having only few tables running at various points, because you know you're gonna be sitting on them all. You're gonna have a higher chance of actually seeing a splash. See 8s in my hand. This is a fine spot. It finds a call in him. Very nice. With the what now? Oh, River 5. Wow. Hang on, let's take a look at that. That's pretty ridiculous. So this guy here had the Queen 7 5-5. So he had a pair of 7s on the turn and nothing else, like a block of the future straights. And he rivered a set of 5s. That's kind of nasty. Oh damn it, this table is breaking as well. This shall not stand, unfortunately. We're gonna do here... What we're gonna do is we're gonna check. We have a double gutter. One of them would be to the nuts. These guys are putting it in. He called with aces and a queen. Okay. Wow, and there's a decent splash right there. Now the question is, how do we go about this one? I think it depends if this guy... So first of all, he bet pot here. I'm not sure if I should have been in there then, at that point. Let's run it. Sure, let's run it. Folds, that is awesome. Yeah, this SPR money's going in. Down here we make the nuts, which is sweet for a complete rainbow hand. Yep, money's gone in. It's a pair of jacks. Oh no! Wait, how? Oh, because we made a straight flush on him! Oh, sorry, I hope I had that one in focus there. Hang on, I'll bring it up in case I haven't, because now I'm not sure. Here, this is nasty. With a heart in my hand, I'm gonna call. Without, I would fold. Yeah. Fair enough. So... put this one over here. So on this hand, on table 1, he called the all-in. He had a jack and a... and... what else did he have? Right, he had a pair of jacks. The turn paired the board. He had jack 10 8 7. So he actually had a straight right away too, I think. 8 7. No, he didn't. Never mind, sorry. So on the turn then he made trips, and on the river he made a full house. We made a flush on the turn, of course, but his full house was no good because it gave us the sweet straight flush. That was nasty. I'm gonna go with the bet here since I came over the top, which I don't think is the right way to play this hand. I think it needs to be folded. I'll check it out in a moment. First, let me catch up with chat. Ballaholic! Welcome back to the channel. I started playing PLO a little more than 1.5 years ago. The fall, like September, October, something 1.5 years ago. And then when I discovered, I tried it out 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whenever Black Friday happened that year, after my Limit Hold'em career was done due to Black Friday. And I tried it out, couldn't really find a handle on it. Got excited about it all over again when I came across a Jane Anders video. And Basically took a month off from everything, which wasn't much. I wasn't doing much back then. And played PLO 2 and PLO 4. By Euro buy-in. Just to see if I like the game, if I can sort of like find a mental handle on it. No better way of putting it for me. And then I started short stacking for a better part of 1 year. Or for a little more than 1 year. Because short stacking was just easier to learn. Which I would not recommend. I recommend it for the learning, wouldn't recommend it for actually playing a huge volume, because the variance was insane. And in the micros, you're most likely gonna get eaten up by Rake. Oh, Gloryman doing a wonderful job there. In the channel. Yeah, Gloryman said everything that needed to be said. We have a nice home game, one of them play money with an added prize pool of, it's not a huge one, but still $5 and a bounty on my head of €1. Let's go. And a giveaway after the home games. The stream is gonna start at 6 o'clock PM Central European Summertime on Sunday. The home game is gonna be at 7 and the giveaway is gonna be at 9, or it's gonna start at 9. And as the Gloryman said, the fine folks over at Upswing contributed a month of PLO Matrix as a prize. And RunItOnce contributed a month of Elite membership to their training. And also there are going to be 5 gift subscriptions for the channel. So Sunday is going to be fun. And of course it's all in celebration of me moving up to PLO 50 next week. You know, hopefully, unless a horrible downswing happens. But I think even then, and it would need to be very horrible. Let's not jinx it. How much is the splash? I'm gonna leave it. The Deuce, the 8 are really not that great of a combination there. Yeah, and Baller, ever since RunItOnce opened, I decided to, when Run was opened, like the second day when they opened their beta, I decided to turn that webcam on and started streaming and took a liking to it and haven't stopped since. So I do this basically full time. Someone took this one down. There's a nice pod going on up here. Trool! I'm not lead enough to read the rest of the name, but Trool, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it immensely. Sorry, this one we're letting go. The gaps in there are not helping. The gap, I should say. Whereas down here, I can go for the raise. Ideal case scenario would be we take it down right now, don't have to pay rake, don't have to play the hand out of position. So, even though I don't have the hand for this, as a 3-better, this is a board I'm never not c-betting. I'm gonna go with my standard sizing there. Could have sized down, also an option. And at this point I'm checking, not quite sure if I'm giving it up entirely. Like if he checks, there might be some rivers that I would bet. Now I do, yeah. Well, I do this full time. I still kind of hesitate saying I do this professionally because, you know, it is PLO 20, so it's not like I'm gonna be buying a new car anytime soon or something like that. But in the set, yeah, I guess in the end, yes, I am. Go for the raise fold. Do block aces. Nice. So yeah, the short sticking I did semi-professionally. Why the fuck am I in this hand? Oh, it's PLO 20 in the single race pot I raised pre. Okay, fair enough. Again with the swearing. Frenchie, take it easy on me. So yeah, I do this full time. I did short stacking semi-professionally. Used to play limit hold'em professionally, but you know, that's ended quickly when Black Friday happened, because that was, of course, the year that I picked. Closing the action, they're decently connected. We have 3 Broadway cards. The 6 isn't completely out there. Can make one straight with the 10. Without a spade, maybe I can actually lead here a little. Sometimes have this as like a very weak, like pretty much the weakest hand I would lead. So there shouldn't be many 4 deuces out there at all. So yeah, that would have been my plan. Could come over the top. Let's play this one a little bit differently, yeah. Of course, if he raises, you know, we're out. And not a huge deal. Nice! I liked how that one went. I also like getting aces here in the new PLO 10 table. Actually, is that PLO 10? Yeah, it looks like it is. You know, I would if somebody wants to, but I don't, rightfully, I don't think I have enough knowledge to depart. Unless you're an absolute beginner, then I'm sure I can be helpful. But if that is not the case, then I would hesitate to say yes to that question, just because I'm not quite sure I could provide adequate coaching here yet. Gonna come out the top. He just calls, that is awesome news. Gonna check, really hope that we see a... Wow, okay, well, then we have to let it go unless he doesn't have anything behind. That's an iffy one without spades. Like, give me a spade and I would probably just go all in here. And see, that's why I would hesitate to say like an emphatic yes to me coaching, because there are plenty of spots where I have to freely admit that I'm not quite sure what to do yet. Can make it a full house. Aces against aces. Aces take it down. Oh, awesome, Ballaholic. Looking forward to seeing you around more often then. Yeah, and you know, not everything I'm gonna say, I say about the hands and the spots I get into is gonna be correct, but what you will get is an insight into the mind of an hopefully growing of somebody who's still learning 100 big blind PLO. So you will hear a lot about what I think. Disclaimer, it's not necessarily going to be right all the time. dialing up. I'll try to be better, Frenchie. Try to be effing better. We're gonna do over down here. Is she gonna go for a raise? I think it's alright-ish. If he comes over the top, we're gonna let it go. Ah, you know what? I hadn't considered Pandemania being in here. He's so 3-bet happy. That's... I should have lived behind. This is a nice flop for us. Flopping top pair, a wrap, both backdoor flush draws. And we make the current nuts 2 pair outs, so full house outs on top. And the nuts stay nutty. It's quite awesome of the dealer. I know, right? That somehow happened recently. I wasn't much about swearing at all. And I shall not be in the future either. I mean, sometimes PLO does make you say things, and that is fully justified. But for the most part, I'm trying to keep that out. Try to keep it out. Oh, Glory Man. Thank you very much for those words. They do mean a lot to me. Take this one down pre, that's quite awesome. Down here we're three-handed, which I don't do well. I am really bad at heads up. Short-handed, three-handed, I don't think I'm horrible anymore. But I could certainly learn a thing or two. Cough cough, to say the least. So for RunItOnce, in case you don't know too much of anyone in the channel doesn't know too much about the site, the player pool has been dropping recently. A lot of people are waiting for the new patch, which is right around the corner. It's like there might be a chance it comes today. If not, I'm almost 100% positive. Which is an educated guess, but still, that it'll be out next week. And of course the PLO 50 games are going on around the clock right now. There are 28 entries there. So note it works the same as in Zoom, where you, like 28 doesn't mean 28 individual humans playing, but rather one person can have up to 6 entries. Most people single or double table, I think. Double table? I've never heard that. Oh, no. So against this guy, I have a tough time folding here, especially when I turn the nuts casually. Just gonna put it in. And he has outs. He had some full house outs there. He had a very fine hand for that board. I appreciate those words as well, Gloryman. Thank you. Need to beat PLO 100 first? Yeah, I agreed. I mean, for somebody starting out, I can probably be helpful. But I think that's the extent of what I would reasonably feel good about doing. A nice hand over here. This one we're gonna fold. The 3 and the deuce, even double suited, just devaluates the hand so much. I don't think it's a raise. It's definitely not a raise. Fold this hand. And wow, do we flop pure. We block top set. And hang on, this needs to be kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna pot it here because I'm blocking my own outs. I don't have a single diamond in my hand. So I don't mind having played it that way, taking it down right away. I think we're actually in profit. We got into some spots where I think I made a mistake or two in the beginning of the stream. Definitely remember one spot I shouldn't have been in. Let's check up on that. So on micro we are currently down like 24 bucks, so a little more than one buy-in. So I think we're probably breaking even in total. We're up a little bit, actually, like 5-6 bucks or something if I'm doing this right. Hang on. This one down here. Flush draw. That's a good question. I think for full pot I'm letting it go. Yeah. Just closing the window. There's some work going on site. Alright. Yeah, had he bet smaller, then sure we can talk about the call. It was pretty much just a pure flush draw. Setouts not necessarily good there on this board. Against Panda. I don't think we need to inflate the pot out of position. It's not a bad spot to come over the top, don't get me wrong. Take one off because there are some bluffing opportunities and this is a perfect card for them. Sorry, I hope I had the right table in focus. Now I do. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. You know what, Gloryman, it probably is. It's probably the same. It is the same ranges and everything in the end, so yeah. Top pair and a nice wrap. Boom! Hey, welcome to the channel, mate. Hang on, I'm gonna give you an answer in a second. Wow. 2 pair and the nuts? Yes, please. What you got then? Oh! Wait, how did we? Oh, because we made the higher full house. I was like, how did we win this? This is gonna be interesting if he bets now. Because we do have the nut straight, right? Right. Without a spade, I don't really... Like an ace-7 is not gonna call anything that calls us, or most of the things that call us, we will be beating us. Just check behind here. Cool. And Vroom, even though it didn't show on screen, I just saw the email. Thank you very much for the follow. That's very nice of you. Appreciate that. So to your question, I haven't seen too many RunItOnce videos yet. They gave me access for a month because I applied to be an affiliate, and I asked them if I can check out some videos. I only asked for a few days. So I have an opinion about it if, you know, this happens, if people ask me about it. Haven't watched too many about them. You do get Phil Galfond videos on RunItOnce though. And they're still regularly updated, and they have a huge library of videos. So those are the things I can say about RunItOnce training. I can't say more right now, unfortunately. Ask me in like 2-3 weeks again, and I'll be able to give a better qualified answer. I'll let this one go. However, the Jay Nandas course is awesome. I'm not saying it's better than RunItOnce. You know, keep in mind, I can't say much about RunItOnce as I just stated, but Jay Nandas has very good stuff. Very professional, goes very much in depth. From what I've seen, the few videos on RunItOnce do that too, you know, but for Jay Nandas, I've watched pretty much all of them on the Mastermind, except for a few categories. And disclaimer, I get the Jay Nandas training for free now as well. I used to pay for it in the past, and I would have said exactly the same thing back when I was paying for it myself, when I wasn't getting it for free. Not sure about that race call here. Let's check it out in the matrix. Might be good. Kings, of course, beat us. That ain't beating us. Queen, Queen, 5-4, not suited to the queen, huh? As a button opener. I mean, the open is fine. I would assume as much. Yes, and it is. And the raise call is perfectly alright. Either triple suited or not suited to the high cards. In either scenario, it's fine. These I'll let go. There are few too many gaps here, I think. On the button, it's a different story. We're raising and most likely calling it. Let's check that out as well. It was the Jack 10-8-6, huh? Single suited to the Jack. Check this out for the button. Yeah, that's perfect. And, you know, just to complete that, check it out for the cutoffs to see if that fold was too nitty. I tend to be into nitty every once in a while. No, it's not. It's right perfect. The 8-7 would be a raise call. The 8-6 is just a fold. Cool stuff. accidental full house. Yeah, right. I was like, oh no, I mean, oh, that pair doesn't help him. Incidentally, we're sitting on a nice stack on this table. It's gonna be a raise call. Yeah, especially against Panda. Nope. 2 backdoor flush draws, but not good enough. Over here, pretty nice pre-flop hand as well. Just gonna check 3 ways. And of course be ready to give it up if he bets here. Yeah. You have a tough time making 2 pair. You have no diamonds. He likes his hand apparently. Oh, they both like it. Oh. Kings against the flush draw. Just a pure flush draw. Wow. Oh. That plus. Right. Okay, well, you guys are apparently very serious. Why so serious? Ooh, looks like a very nice PLO 20 table is opening up on micro. So don't mind if we do. If we get welcomed in style with aces. As did he, so wow, okay. So, sorry, here. Oh, the other maniac left. There was a second red tag sitting here. Nice. Happy to take it down. Yeah, I have no idea why that alert didn't trigger for the follow, but it's, you know, thank you very much for it. Okay. So, giving us a very nice wrap now. We do have a spade blocker as well. I'm gonna check give up, I think, yeah. Yeah. We do have a 9, but he's not gonna fold a lower straight. We've seen it earlier, I think. Down here, things are a little bit exciting now. You turn the nut straight. Wow, the night butter still is spammy, isn't it? I actually told it not to earlier. Sorry about that. Indeed. Indeed, Red Chlorman. Nice to see the random shill back. Okay, if it checks twice, I'm gonna go for it. What's happening over here? Good things. Top pair and a nut flush draw. We took it down on table 2, incidentally. It's a delayed turn c-bet. I think I'm fairly happy to check behind now. Sorry. Ooh. Don't get caught, that is fair enough. Ooh, sorry, I thought I had clicked that button here. Wow, that's a nice flop. Rainbow, we have a back no flush draw, a wrap, top pair. Don't mind if we do. Yeah. Yeah, that table has been very kind to us. The table 1 over there. If we get raised here, we're gonna come over the top. 400 BB for sure. I'm gonna go with raise fold here. Unfortunately, this gentleman is sitting out. As I said, at heads up I really do suck. Lack the aggression for it. Oh no, he's back, okay. It's kind of a dicey hand on this table just because this guy is so very 3-bet happy, although he seems to have toned it down right now playing 3-handed. Not quite sure what that's about. Checking here I think is fine, yeah. Always hate checking when I'm the 3-better, but sometimes it's alright, I feel. Thank you, says me the embarrassment of bluffing here. Oh wait. Oh no, the other guy did sit out. Yeah. No matter how you do it wrong. Apparently. Wait. So out of position, I'm just gonna call here. Don't wanna bloat the pot unnecessarily. Ooh, nice. Also nice is aces down here. Ooh. Now that worked quite nicely, I would say. Ah. Ah, that's possible. That's the reason why I didn't show the alert. Over here against the lead, we're just gonna let it go. It's a fine button open, that's for sure. See if we can just straight up steal this one. If you ask me why here, I wouldn't really have a satisfying answer. I just think it works often enough in a spot like this. And in position I wouldn't have raised, because then it would have made less sense for me to check a decent hand on the flop in position, but out of position it's different. Thanks, see you later, Gloryman. Yes, you do have the party mode. And Offspring back at the channel. Welcome back, Offspring. Free stuff is happening this Sunday after the home game stream starts at... hang on, I think I have the bot set up for that. Right. And the free stuff, of course, being 1 month of the PLO matrix provided by the kind folks over at Upswing. They didn't ask me to say that, I just feel they deserve it for being so kind. 1 month by the equally generous folks over at RunItOnce, 1 month's elite membership for the RunItOnce trading, I should say, and 5 gift subscriptions. And we gotta spread it out a little, but the giveaway is gonna start at 9 PM. Gonna let this go. Ooh, hang on, that PLO 20 table did fill up after all. But now I'm... Interesting decision here. No, never mind, that guy left. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit down right now, because the only seats would be... So I'm gonna show you, would be to the immediate... What is it, left? Right? Right. Of the Pandamania dude, and that's just a tough spot to be in. And I'd rather wait for one of these guys to leave and pick up a better seat later on. Because having an aggressive, more or less maniac player to your immediate left spells trouble. Especially as you get a little bit deeper later on. Yeah, the room. Because I upload all my stuff to YouTube, and I don't want to have it muted or get copyright strikes. I only use copyright-free music, and so there's no Spotify. The playlist you can find in the off-topic section in my Discord. And I use music from epidemicsound.com because they're the only ones that I found that sound like music. Before that I had Pretzel Music and Monster Cat and fine services, just that the music to me sounded like bubblegum tastes. But I'm gonna actually implement these commands just so I don't have to repeat it all the time and so the bot can answer for me. Hey, it's not happening all the time, but still, probably smart to have that implemented. Over here, huh, against the min raise, I'm gonna let this one go, just because he 3-bets. It's not a great hand to begin with, don't get me wrong. I would be tempted, but the min raise, we rarely see that from Panda. But more importantly, we rarely see aces. This time we see them in the form of ace, queen, deuce. Here the trouble is runouts. Look, there's so many... That's true! There's so many turn cards that I'm gonna hate. He leads for a small sizing. Makes it look a little bit ridiculous if I fold. I think I'm still gonna end up folding. Yeah. Unless a 7 or an ace turns, I'm... You know, folding... so many turns there. Or at least I'm gonna have to fold so many turns. This being one of them. Yeah, nothing makes me happier than pawns. I think there's an innuendo there. There's a double meaning there. And he had the... Wow. Scrap. But the other guy had to flush, so that part was alright. Not good enough for a squeeze, I feel. I'll check it out though in a moment. I think it is. Yeah, I think I'm pretty certain it shouldn't be squeezed. So let's check this one out. It's basically a would be squeeze against the cutoff in the matrix, so let's check out the relevant section in the PLO matrix for that. we are in the big blind, exactly. So big blind squeeze cutoff be the category. We have king, king, queen, 6. Yeah, that's alright. That's just a call. Cool. Checking behind here is also a good, decent option. We make 2 pair, beating all the other 2 pairs except ace king. We block a straight. If he bets, we're still gonna fold. And if he checks, we're gonna check behind. Nice. He thought about it with the 10 blocker, it looked like, for a moment there. I was just gonna say, also a decent hand, which I assume we don't have to fold against 3 bets, cause the connectivity of the side cards is there. We have a suited ace. I'll check this out as well, but I'm gonna call. And it's gonna be a check raise from my end, yeah, especially if he bets pot. Hopefully he has an overpair. We do block aces, but we also block straight draws here, having a 6, so let's go for this. He has 8s and queens. We take down a nice one. 100 BB, coming our way. So, 3-bet, MP open, queen, queen, 8-8, single suited. So the notes on RunItOnce are also only good for this one table, and like if this person, let's say he leaves the table and he comes back to the exact same table within the next 4 hours, then the note would still be there. Otherwise it'll be gone. In limbo. What was I gonna say? Right, I was gonna check the 8654. There's an open in MP. Here, this one we let him go. Yeah. Gets his bet size. Please call so we can squeeze. Gonna check this one out in a moment as well. First of all, let's go with the MP. Actually, let's take cutoff, because there was one guy sitting out making us cutoff effectively. We had the A654. And that's perfect. 5-4 and 5-3 would be a raise, and a raise call at that. Cool. Steal this one straight up, and let's check this out. We were in the big blind versus MP opener, because again there was somebody sitting out. Versus MP, we had ace king king. What was it? 6. Ace king king 4, suited to the ace. That's important. Should be raised. Should be a raise fold. Okay, so a little bit nitty there. Not a huge deal either way. Finally, next week, no more microgaming. Hey, it's a fine side, but I want the splash pots. The possibility of having 1,000 big blinds put into the pot, and unfortunately I have a feeling we deserve to lose the next splashes that come up. Which, you know, most of naturally they're gonna happen on PLO 50 soon, so that's gonna sting. Because we ran pure in splashes so far. We've seen a whole bunch of them. Like, I would assume more than... Let's see, I lost count, like 25 or something since RunItOnce opened. And by that I mean splashes that were larger than 200 big blinds. I think we saw one 100 big blind splash during the Super Splash promo. Otherwise, all the huge splashes were at least 200 big blinds up to 1,000. And we took down our fair share of them, to say the least. Well, actually not fair, we took down quite a ridiculous amount of them. Also lost big in some of them when we were deep against another deep dude, but them is the breaks. Not much going on any other table, otherwise I would have switched. Here we can go for the steal, blind versus blind. Even just play a flop is fine too. If he raises, we're not gonna fold. I've been told that folding is not a thing there, blind versus blind. With almost all the reasonable hands. Just gonna check it down here. Yes, that's exactly the case, Offspring. I think it's fine. It's gonna be a raise fold, like if he put some more money in, but let's check this out. Wow, there's an awesome flop for our hand. It's rainbow too. Jesus. Don't mind if he comes over the top here at all. We're not doing bad against the set here either. He has ace queen, we're not doing bad against that. Ooh, giving us a straight right away. Nice! Let's check this hand out. I think it's correct. It's one of the few rainbow hands that can be raised there. Small blind versus button. Ace king jack 10 was our hand and it was offsuit. Yep. Everything I said was actually correct this time. Still lots of things to learn, but I'm slowly getting there. Took it down with the aces pre here. Not a bad deal. Taking down the blinds. Never sad about that. Yeah, so the notes, the color coding, like the shirts you put on opponents, are temporary. They're only for this one table, and if the table breaks, the notes are gone. And if the opponent leaves, doesn't come back within 4 hours, I think, to the exact same table, they're gone as well. The upside is it does provide a completely anonymous environment. The downside is, of course, you lose your notes. But the other upside is that you get into the habit of taking notes quite quickly and hopefully efficiently. I'm not saying I'm doing it efficiently yet. Should probably use some more abbreviations. This is a flop I could really see bet a lot. There was, I think, a mistake here not doing that. Deserve got nothing. It's true. That's true. Close only counts for horseshoes and grenades, and deserve has little, if nothing, to do with poker. Can't argue with that. So on micro we are down like 15 bucks, but on RunItOnce we're up almost 50. So we're up 35 in total, almost 2 buy-ins in terms of PLO 20 buy-ins. You know what, let's check. There's some hands that I'm not quite certain if I'm calling the button open. Shows you my internet, and also having short stack before. The ranges I memorized were really tight to begin with. So let's check out that ace, jack 9-8, suited to the jack only. It has to be fine. Tough one. I have an interesting spot here. Can be c-bet, can be checked. I think either way is okay. Certainly not folding, especially not for half pot. Giving us a gutter and a blocker, I guess. Was it ace jack 9-8? Let's check this out. Interesting. So that ace jack 9-8 actually is a fold. In the oh, hang on, that's a small blind versus button. Tell a lie. That's a different range right there. That'll work. Oh, it's very tough to get money in here at this point. no matter what we bet. Maybe betting really small is interesting there. It's a fine call. The S-98 is a fine call. The 9-7 would be as well offsuit. The 9-6 would be a fold. Or the 8-6. Cool. I think I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Over here we end up making a straight, which is pretty sweet. The ultimate wrap. Yeah! That was for a offsuit hand. That was a perfect flop right there. Would have been an interesting flop for us, no doubt. The thing why I folded here, at the PLO 20 table I would have called. At PLO 10 tables, in my experience, in the splash pots, there's so very often somebody that raises. And then those 10 cents would have just been a donation to the pot. And this is a donation by Panda here, hopefully. It's at least a pre-flop donation, let's put it like that. Coming through with his 21% 3-betting range here once more, while we hold a single suited ace with a jack and a 7 as side cards. That's so very interesting that he folded there. Yeah, I think checking is fine. Did we make the straight flush once more? Wow. Okay. Come on, nobody really? Well. Why couldn't anyone have the ace-side flush there? Give him a little puke emote. I kind of dig the puke emote, by the way. Pretty good. Questions, do we take one off here if he... Okay, that's wonderful of him. Gonna check once more. Let it go. Here, this one, I have no feeling if it should be called or folded. I mean, we have the ace-high and the king-high flush draw, so that part is nice. The side cards are pretty disconnected, though. Without anything of significance here, easy fold. Let's check out if it should be called in the first place. Yeah. All the double suited ace kings get called there. And some of them get raised, don't get me wrong, a lot of them get raised actually. But that one is just a call. Table is breaking. I'll stick around for a moment. Return your wraps. I would say salmon is an interesting choice. I don't think I've ever had a salmon wrap. I'm gonna... I think my normal answer would have been chicken, but seeing that you give salmon, definitely salmon. Also, I'm a fisherman, so yeah, salmon for sure. Damn it, now I'm getting hungry. Have I eaten anything? Damn, I don't think I have. Oh well, more tea then, in the meantime. Again, a seat at the PLO 20 table, which looks really juicy, but just the worst seat on the table here, so I'm gonna wait a little while longer. Gets a small blind, I would check. Because he's showing up with a lot more aces here, a lot more high cards, generally speaking. Do turn a gutter, some future blockers. Had he checked, I probably would have potted it. Even though I didn't have many relevant blockers, only the 10 there. You know, maybe it's not a spot to bluff, assuming like provided he checks. Because I think a lot of the two-paired aces are gonna find a crying call. It's just limp here. So blind versus blind, I haven't looked into that spot too much. Do flop two pair. Down here. I ended up calling this time because I think he was c-betting quite a lot against me recently. Wow, that's an interesting turn. River. The other turn. I was like, please, no kings, no kings. Ooh, baby. With a flush on board, having no spades. Definitely not sad about giving it up at this point. Not a Strick. Cat makes an appearance. Cool. What do you have then? Queen with a gutter? Queen 6, okay. We have the hammer down here, we have the bullets. And just flatting these is fine, especially the deeper you go, the deeper you are. Specifically on the button, like button and the big blind, I think, are spots where aces can be flatted. At 100 BB. But just coming over the top at 100 BB is also never wrong. Freewood, welcome to the channel. Let's check this out. I would assume you're right, but let's check it. Let me check up on it. So I think he was like cut off. No, we were four-handed, right? I think he was cut off. We were the big blind. The big blind versus cut off. Actually, no. According to the PLO matrix, that's a call. I can actually hang on. Interesting stuff happening. But after that I can show you the matrix, because it's relatively interesting. Here I'm 3-betting the old double suited kings. And if he comes over the top I'm gonna call, he's really short. We have a set, let's hope he doesn't have kings. Took it down with the kings 3-bet on the other table. Kings? Yeah. Can't be helped. Also you need to check these out, not sure. Right, so let me show you the matrix. So green ones would be calls, blue one would be raise folds. I think you can ignore these. Like, just they're there for balancing reasons, I would assume. And the only ones that get raised and raise called or raised is ace queen, ace jack, ace 10. These would be raised folds. So all the kings that have aces, except for ace 3, ace deuce, would be raises, and depending on your exact hand, raise, raise call, or raise fold. But I always appreciate any advice, any comments regarding, you know, strategy and what you would do and what you think in the channel, so don't take that the wrong way. Appreciate it immensely, actually. It's close-ish with all the backdoors. Give me a pair and I call. This time I'm gonna earn the side of caution a little bit. I mean, the aces versus kings hand there played itself. Of course, it's always in the back of your mind. If somebody calls your 3 or your 4 bet and the king flops, that he might indeed have those, but plays it 400 BB, it plays itself. And it was just a little over 100 BB there. So, but yeah, Freewood, I actually would have played it like that before as well. Before I checked out the matrix more often. Because I would have thought as well that that's a raise. And against certain players it would be. It's not a bad flop for our hand, I would say, for trip suited aces. These definitely don't need to be 3-bet. These can be flattered here very easily. But they were for triple aces, these were among the nicest you can find. You had a 10 in there for Broadway, and a nut flush. Draw. Wow. Wowie. Got a pretty decent button hand here as well. And took that one down pre-flop on table 1. Here we're just gonna let it go. Especially for pot size donk. Here... not blocking much. I think either way is fine. Now if he bets, I think I might come over the top here every once in a while. Might be a fun spot. So we're not gonna hate it if we get re-raised. We still have a very decent amount of equity. Took it down on table 3, I believe, did we? Yeah, he called and we were good. This is a strange spot. I never quite know what the move is here. Do I call and reevaluate on the turn? And if the turn is good, do I then lead? Do I hope to get a check raise in? Wasn't simplified by the fact that we were 200 BBD, a little over 200 BBD effectively. Yeah, not quite... never quite sure what the ideal approach is there. One of these peeps doing like a min raise here, fair enough. Decent little splash down here, but with this hand, just gonna let it go. You only set mine kings and PLO. You know, pretty often, yeah. That's, yeah, pretty often, that's true, I think. Potentially a no PLO 20 table opens up. Hmm. Definitely inclined to believe him on this board. Nothing I can do. Does the queen have flush draw? Nothing I want to do, at least. Pair and various blockers, and of course a gutter ourselves. Interesting spot over here as well. I'll let you know how the other one turns out. He had a queen 9. Could come over the top. Hmm. That doesn't make it any easier. I don't think I necessarily needed to call the race here. Let's take one half though as played. Now this might actually slow him down. At half pot here. Quick fold. Slow it down, it does. Basically wrapping, in my mind at least, wrapping the low straight. It was afraid to bet the turn. That's not easy for aces to call here, depending on their side cards. It's not impossible, but not easy, and that was a very fun one to take down. And a splash, sure. If you can flop a miracle here, well... Turn interesting, really. I think I'm gonna call once more. There's not many 5-7s. He could have a set of 8s or something, which of course would have us in pretty horrible shape. He's not a club in the end. That's also not a great card at all. Here, this is an awesome flop, by the way. Yeah, kings. And he had the 8-6. Okay, so he had us in rough shape all the way. Okay, only the short stacker stayed in, with the aces drawing pretty thin, and against quads. It's probably tough to win that one, I think. Yeah, dealer agreed, pushed the chips in our direction. Whew. Don't mind if I do. This 7 deuce is gonna be a raise fold. Let's see if it would be a raise, like in a non-splash, because the matrix of course doesn't provide any information regarding splashes. Over here we turn relatively nasty, and I'm not sure I should have c-bet here for half pot, which I did. Kinda think I shouldn't have. He checks, okay, then let's take that one down apparently, okay, cool. Bottom pair, full pot, letting it go happily-ish. Might be good enough to win us the pot. So here's queens, 10s, huh? 10s we beat. So this, hang on, so one thing after another. Let's first check out this one might be a little bit too thin as well for under the gun. I know the cutoff it's probably, I assume in the cutoff it's fine. Closing the action, okay. Not the most exciting flops, not the worst. I mean, we do have the top pair, 2 pair outs, likely good at this point. First of all, under the gun, ace, jack, 7 deuce, it was double suited. And that's a fold, exactly. Okay. Not super excited, yeah, because of a hand like this. But I think we roughly got the price there. Top and bottom. Let's take one off. Oh, nobody bullied me. Well, people were nasty about it all the time, but while I don't start any beef in the chat, I gave as good as I'd got at least, and I made a bunch of people shut up in the process. So no, that wasn't the reason. It was there was 2 components to it. The variance was getting to me, and I was running horribly for like 3 months in a row, pretty much. I waited way too long here. Should have been a quick check. And then RunItOnce opened. And on RunItOnce, of course, you cannot short stack, and I figured, okay, I'll give it a shot. Now, I kind of liked playing it, so the first day that I played there was the day the beta opened. I kind of liked 100 BP. Or no, I started liking it immensely, I should say, playing PLO 10. And next day, I read up on the... I already knew about, but then I read up on the streamer promotion. Oh, that's awesome of you, mate. What do you got? Ooh, you got a gutter to the straight flush, I guess, then. No good. Right, so I read up on the streamer promotion, turned on the webcam, and ever since then, I've been streaming full-time. I've gotten very lucky in that regard, too. Not only did very nice people join right from the start, but Phil Gelfond gave me a shout-out. Jay Nandes, like after like 2 weeks or so, which was a little early, because I'm not saying I'm a sophisticated streamer now, but I definitely wasn't back then. But he came over with like 1,070 people or something, I forgot what the number was. And that almost gave me a heart attack right there. And the channel, all I wanted, to be honest, was to have like 4 or 5 viewers. I did the math and I figured then I'm gonna get those, you know, the lowest streamer rakeback level and I'll be fine. And sure, I'll keep the webcam on and get decent rakeback on a fun, exciting new site. And then it kinda, I'm not gonna say ballooned from there, but it's definitely still taking me by surprise whenever I check here, when I glance over at the stats, at the followers, and at the subscribers. I'm mystified by the fact that people subscribe. Yeah, so that's, I guess, my story as to why I stopped short stacking in a nutshell. Okay, this time we have a seat at the no PLO 20 table. What are we gonna do? I think we're gonna leave this PLO 10 table for that. So really? Don't trust it at all. Those small sized leads, quite often I get folds. No, of course I'm not loving the spot at all, but I figured having 3-bet, I'm not gonna shut down at this point. Now this is a board that the under the gun raiser shouldn't love all that often at all. You turn a gutter and a second nut flush draw, which is definitely helpful, but I'm not gonna shut down as played. Right. Very nice. Sure, not closing the action, but this dude here, sorry for the wild switching there for a moment. This dude doesn't come out the top all that often at all. On table 2 we don't get a miracle flop, and that is fair. If he comes over the top, we're gonna call. So the big blind, I would say, is the most likely to hit something here. We do have all the 7s, which is immensely helpful. We're gonna see bet here. Queens gonna have a tough time calling. 10s can't really call unless they have like a super read on me or anything or something. I mean, not so sure about this call. Let's check it out. Let's make it. Let's assume we're MP versus. Oh no, we can't. Hang on. Versus button. It's fine. It's a fine call, I think. Ooh, let me check the RunItOnce Discord once more. Let's see if there are any news on a patch. Nope. In fact, I have not. Oh wow, a bunch of people, Ballaholic and Viltronic joined the Discord. Oh, this is awesome of you guys. Nice, looking forward to seeing you involved in some strategy discussions. Interesting one here, where we do block the nuts. Offspring, I prefer to play on RunItOnce, of course. Right now, a lot of people are waiting for the patch, so volume went down a little bit. At PLO 50, it's always healthy. And okay, now we're done with this hand. And starting next Tuesday, we're gonna play RunItOnce exclusively once more. Yeah. It's always my first choice. So right now there are 10 entries at PLO 10 and RunItOnce, only my 3 entries at PLO 20, and 26 at PLO 50. So PLO 50 is gone around the clock pretty much. Just calling here is fine as well. Do get one fold, which is awesome. Sort of by checking, see what he does. Don't pair the board, that is nice. And don't pot us now. Oh, wonderful. As he has like the 10 high flush, 9 high flush. Cool. What did he min bet there? Curious. So he called and he had the Jack 998. Oh, he had a set. Fair enough. Triple suited in spades and 1 heart. Was his exact hand. A little bit loosey. Yeah, so coming next Tuesday, it'll be finally once more a RunItOnce stream pretty much exclusively. Which it has been for the majority of the channel's existence, i.e. what is it, has it been now? Beginning of September. February, I mean. I think RunItOnce opened it around like the 12th or the 9th of February, something like that. Just gonna check behind. We do take it down. These guys are playing for it all. Aces against... Yeah, also a fine hand. One gap, perfectly suited rundown. I'd take it. That's one queen too many. So all in all, we're doing okay for the session. Let's check it out. Oh, perfect. On RunItOnce, microgaming, we're now breaking even. Okay, like $2.50 in profit, something like that. So breaking even pretty much. And on RunItOnce, we're up 50. So we're up 2.5 buy-ins, pretty much in terms of PLO 20 buy-ins. Against Panda not folding. Hang on, there's another interesting hand on the new PLO 20 table. Up here. Gonna let it go. Not sure about that spot at all. Oh, that is a nice turn, I must say. Really? Just a flush draw there? Wow. What in the world? Here, this one oof. That's a decent question. But this guy is deep. Aggressive, so I don't expect him to fold here a lot. I hope he doesn't come over the top. So, and with the deep character in here, I don't mind calling. Now it gets ugly. Let's take one off. Okay, now we're in for a penny, in for a pound, unfortunately. Was a little bit lucky, I'm not gonna lie. This table is finally breaking. The other guy is sitting out. I suck at heads up. So that's gonna be it for this table. He comes over the top, he comes over the top very rarely. But this is a hand. There are other hands I would that I usually wouldn't fold, that I would fold in this spot specifically against this player. This one, I don't think so. Okay. I mean, the ace is not doing anything for me, except for the flush potential. But the side cards were double suited, perfectly connected. I think that's all rightish to be calling. With one guy sitting out, it's probably okay. Let me check this one out in the matrix. I'll check out both. Like, I'll check out MP, which effectively we are, and I'll check out the cutoff. Oh, we got aces on two tables, so this checking out might have to wait for a moment. Okay, not the cutoff, sorry, the under the gun, of course, is what I mean. Let's check out the under the gun first. And let's come over the top here. Deal with this in a moment. We could flat, but actually I don't mind taking the variance here against the crazy aggressive. I'm gonna let this one go. Yeah. He leads. I'll take one off. Not a believer just yet. Need to let it go. Right, so that was the hand over here. That was the ace 10 for 3, I believe, right? Yes, exactly. Perfectly double-suited ace-10 4-3. So that's actually correct. Under the gun, that is a fold. The 5-3 would be a raise call, but the 4-3 is a little bit too weak, apparently. And it's not a huge deal either way, then, if the 5-3 is a raise call and the 4-3 is just a straight-up fold. But for completeness sake, that was for under the gun. Let's check it out for MP. And then it's perfect. For MP, it's a raise call, so I could have been in there. I should have been in there, so to say. Cool. Check this one out. The 5 on the button is probably alright. But it's even on the button you can get carried away a little bit. King Jack 9-5, huh? It's fine. Raise fold, of course. Interesting spot up here as well, giving us a pretty decent wrap. Here, decided to check. Up here, I'm gonna call, giving us an additional outs, I should say. Here, we're gonna check behind. Aces take it down. No dice up here. However, down here, we have a pretty nice squeezing spot. Would be ridiculous not to do it. Also up here on the new table 1, we take it down with 2 pair. Get called by the person that covers us. Play this one. Super multi-way, huh? Wow. There's just playing against 12 cards here. Need to check it, no two ways about it, and if somebody pots it, we're out. Oh lord, really? Giving us an open-ender? Hating the spot. Yes! That was a nice one. That was a nice one. This Cossack... no, honestly, I don't know. This one I'm gonna call it. Well, I always investigate the reg structure of the sites I play on. I didn't like make any calculations how much more in relate to my winnings. In relation to my winnings I paid. Gonna take one off with the gutter on top. So I didn't do any calculations to see if how much larger the impact is as a short stacker. That I did not do. That's a very good question, by the way. Never actually occurred to me to go beyond just checking out the reg structure in general. Up here, not much I can do. Here, however, we're liking everything. Except that we block our own outs and don't block continuation ranges, so I'm gonna pot it. Not gonna mind if I take it down right now. So we won a little, lost a little. Microgaming pretty much unchanged. Run it once. Run it once, we're up a little more. Wow. So we're up 4 buy-ins currently for the day. It's quite nice. All in terms of PLO 20 buy-ins, of course. Even the PLO 10 buy-ins are just... as soon as I moved up to PLO 20, all the... whenever I put a buy-in number anywhere, it was all in terms of PLO 20. So in terms of true buy-ins, we're actually up quite a bit more, I would assume. But yeah, just it would have been impossible to work that out without being able to import the hands, which we are not just yet. It will come soon, and it'll be retroactively, so all the hands we played on RunItOnce we will be able to download and import. Sorry, and all that stuff. By the way, this guy looks to be pretty juicy. The kings I folded on the other table. What? We did take it down? Okay. How nice is that? Let's just call it. The thing is, I don't think I'm gonna get it down to a reasonable number of players, like heads up or three ways here. On a PLO 10 table where a lot of call-up people are around. Like everyone is high BPIP, low aggression, except this guy who possibly might be a maniac. Oh, it calculates the rake, of course. That it does. I paid even though microgaming the rake is nice, I paid a shit ton. And truth be told, in short stacking, in the end, since the last 3 months I ran massively under EV, I was a rakeback semi-pro, I guess. Because it turns out up until those last 3 months, I was making a nice chunk of change from the rakeback and was profitable. But with those 3 months, I turned out to have made all my profits solely from rakeback. Just gonna check here one last time. 6 deuce takes it down. That's a happy thing for him. Here I could have c-bet, especially with the 5 in my hand. Maybe I should have. But on the other hand, over c-betting is a thing, and I believe it's a thing I'm guilty of every once in a while. Interesting spot. It's even more interesting. Backdoor flush, really. Well, we had the front door flush, my friend. Good for you. So yeah, it calculates the HUD, but as I said, I never did do any like calculations to see how much bigger the impact of the rake is. Calculates the HUD, you know what I mean. So I think I misspoke there. Never tried to figure out if there's a bigger impact rake-wise for a short stacking. I mean, there certainly is, because the pots are going to be smaller, and so the percentage of rake in relation to your profits and to your pot size is going to be much higher. I'm gonna let this one go. Check it out. I think that's all right. It's pretty marginal to begin with. MP, ace 10, 6-4. Heck, wait, that was double suited. And that's correct. The 6-5 is a raise fold. 6-4 is, at least with the solver ranges, is a fold. And that's something I really need to work on soon, preferably before I move up to PLO 50. My small blind stuff, I know I'm calling too much, but I haven't quite figured out which ones are calls, which ones are raises. I figured out a bunch of them, but it's the spot I look up the most, basically. Singing suited aces here, not bad ones either. Ace, ace, 5, 4. Suited to the ace and clubs. On the button. Definitely not a horrible flop for aces. This is a standard half-pot bet size here, I think is fine. Not the greatest card, not the worst card. See how he likes it. Not very much apparently, huh? Over here I squeezed. Up the flush draw is the squeezer. I'm not c-betting. I'm not c-betting here. And this one is interesting for sure. Just let it go. It's a really sizable raise here. Here, well, we're gonna put them all in then, won't we? He has a set, okay, and it's no good in the end. Ooh, little bit of luck. So nobody betting here. I think I'm gonna call the crazy. Sorry, here I'm gonna call the crazy dude. Yes, the better straight. Well, fair enough. And I have absolutely no explanation why I open limped here. Feel free to flame me for that. I shouldn't be in the sand, and I definitely shouldn't be in open limping. What in the deuce? It wasn't a misclick either, it's just a brain fart. Sort of an interesting spot here. Not too sure about this call. I would assume it's not horrible. Let's check it out in a moment. Thello! Hey, Thello, nice to see you here. Not playing any scoop, no, I thought about it. I actually played a satellite whenever I was chip leader for a while. But then I noticed how long the scoop... how long the tournaments are. And then I was really thankful that I didn't win the satellite. I just don't have the patience for them for those long as tournaments. Not this time around. That's of course a horrible turn. And otherwise things are going great, Thellos. Thank you for asking. I hope the same is true for you, by the way. So yeah, today we're up like 4 buy-ins right now. That's certainly a good start. And of course next week the move up to PLO 50 will happen. Gonna be a raise fold. And on Sunday we're gonna have a giveaway stream. We're gonna have the home games, of course, once more. Here, just gonna check. Again, 2 pairs, certainly nice. Certainly gonna check here as well. A flush draw and a blocker now. Actually 2 blockers. See if I can straight up steal it. Cool. Take this one down as well. Right, so we're gonna have the giveaway stream, and the fine folks at RunItOnce decided to provide an elite membership for 1 month for their training. And the fine and generous folks at Upswing provided a month of the PLO matrix, and there are gonna be like also 5 gift subs for the channel on top. And the stream is gonna start at 6 o'clock Central European Summer Time on this Sunday. This one I'm gonna let go. And the home games are gonna start at 7 with the play money tournament with a small added prize pool and the $2.20 PLO tournament. Both of them having a bounty added of €1 on myself. Closing the action, I think it's Borderline alright, probably. 3 ways. And of course the giveaways are gonna start at 9 PM, most important thing about that stream. And on Tuesday then, Monday I take days off, and on Tuesday PLO 50, and it's gonna be a... I'm very excited about that, and I'm equally excited about not playing on microgaming anymore. It's gonna be... because PLO 50 games are always going on at RunItOnce. And I sincerely hope that the move up curse is gonna pass me by this time around. You got bored, that's why you limited. No, I really didn't. I had brain fart, I had a proper brain fart there. I thought like, yeah, this can be limped. And I was like, what the fuck? What the deuce are you doing? Under the gun, classic open limp. Now that, in all honesty, very, very rarely happens that I get bored and just figure like, ah, let's play this hand. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. I'm not gonna say I'm above that. There's still the other guy behind us. We're gonna let it go. And this might not be the board that he really cherishes here. Are you playing Scoop, Tello? And if so, how's it going? Nice. Just really hope that this wasn't a small blind board here. Turns out it wasn't in this case. Nope. Check the latest. Okay, on RunItOnce we're now down... on micro we're now down like $7, courtesy of the Daisy Sand mostly, I believe. But... on RunItOnce we are... we're still up almost $80, almost 4 buy-ins. Like 76, something like that probably. Cool. You had a poker dream? I had one poker dream so far, a couple of weeks ago. First ever. Hang on, let me see. That's quite a dream. That's pretty good. So nothing exciting going on any table right now. Yes, I'm gonna post it in Discord, of course. I send it out via Twitter, and I will do some marketing on Sunday again as well. But I also trade the bot to be helpful. So thank you very much, Thello. Yeah, thanks, appreciate that. So in terms of time zones, right now it is 6 o'clock and 20 minutes in Germany, so that is the time zone that the bot provided there. This table is sort of breaking here. I think I'll just limp this. Very aggressive dude. Raises a lot. Better not play this one 3-bet out of position. Unless I flop this the set. I was gonna say I wouldn't have gone for the check raise here. Would have just called, I think, on this board. How do you like the giraffe, by the way? I'm still torn about it. I think it's a little bit too small. It could be a little bit bigger. It's not using up all the space. And maybe I should have it drawn, like with a, I was thinking like a smaller body, so the neck is really pronounced and easily visible. I'd be curious to hear what you think. California, okay. Go for the bed fold. I really don't want to check this for some reason. Cool. Flying to Vegas. Oh, alright. Yeah, sorry, Thello. Of course you're in California. You have a... Yeah. I remember. I'm sorry for spacing out there. That's embarrassing. I know. You have a nice wine cellar. Or wine room. And you live in California. I forgot. Duh. And for the WSOP, and more importantly, the cash games. Can't play Scoop, of course. Yeah. Duh. Sorry, I didn't mean to stick the needle into the fact that you cannot play on Stars or any worldwide sites. No, I feel a little bit bad. But you do have the WSOP and the relevant and the cash games connected to that handy, so there's that. Not a literal dream. Oh, okay. Oh, Dream Run! No, I misread that. Now that is much more awesome than having that play out only in your mind, to actually be able to take the chips home. Very nice, congrats. A good primer for the WSOP, I imagine. And always good for the mental side of things. Gonna let it go. It's a small splash. Yeah, man, that sounds very smooth. I'm happy to hear it. Then this one. Actually, I think this one can be called. Let's check it out. I think this is one of the ones that can actually be called in the small blind. And if not, I'll know more in a second. Maybe the 3s are a little bit too low. Yeah, they indeed are. Let's check it out with like 5s. What's the move there? Also, just a fold. Let's go a little higher than 7s. Also just a fold, really. Even the 8-8 would be, for some reason, would be... No, that's a funky matrix right there. Hang on, I'll show you. So all of these would be raised folds, except with like 8s in your hands as a pair. Except for the ace-queen, for some reason. It has to be like a balancing kind of deal there. Not excited, that's for sure. Oh, we are 3-ways. Aye, that does make a difference. Then I'm even less excited now. I think I'll let it go. It's a much more exciting spot over here, where we get 3-bet by a very tight 3-better, 6%, or actually 4-bet, 5%. So aces against aces? Yeah. We have a gutter. He has the same gutter. And I think we're now drawing to split. Right! I shared the same thoughts, Thello, with the giraffe. Neck the same size as the body, yeah. Make it more cartoonish or realistic. Oh, alright. It'll be done. I have a new logo. I actually hired a proper artist this time. Have a new logo coming. Against this guy? You know what? I'm gonna let this one go. I usually wouldn't, but we've never seen him 3-bet, ever. And this ended with the disconnectivity and the side cards. This is not the one I want to take to battle. This one I have no idea what the move is. Okay, now I do. Have 2 emotes for just the neck. That's even better. We don't need the body. Yeah, that's perfect. Who was that? Offspring. That is perfect. So once the new logo and the new one additional emote, because I do need a tier 3 emote, right? If somebody should ever decide to go crazy there. So as soon as those are done, I'm gonna have that lady do the giraffe. Against the crazy dude, not excited. Letting this one go is maybe an option as well. Pure flush draw, pot size bet, easy fold. Oh, 10 big blind PLO. Jesus Christ, that must be insane. I played 30 and that was insane. Wow. Jesus. You better sub so we can get more emote slots. You know, right now we have 26 subscribers. This table broke, so I'm gonna leave it because you know by now that I don't do heads up. At least I don't do it well. I won this one. How is that possible? Ace 995. Okay. Top pair, not flush draw on a very straight drawy board. So yeah, with since Thello is currently a tier 2 subscriber, that means 27 subscription points out of, we need 35 for the next emote. We actually unlocked an additional emote slot 2 days ago, which is why the pot button is now tier 1, like for everybody. And just calling here is probably not a mistake either. And so on Sunday, I'm gonna give out 5 emotes as well. 5 emotes. What am I talking about? 5 subs as well, 5 gifts. And then we're gonna be at what, 32? And then only 3 more needed to have an additional emote slot. That's true. Exactly. Free subs on Sunday. It does sound like tournament poker, doesn't it? Playing 10 BB. That has to be insane variance, man. Crazy. So, for the moment, no RunItOnce tables. Ooh, do get aces down here, though. And I think this is the only PLO... No, actually, I tell a lie. Table 4 and table 2 are PLO 20. Ooh, that's a nasty board. I'll happily check. So this is a little bit more interesting. Here, I'll let it go. I do have a gutter. Well, I have the gutter, I have the back door. Let's take one off. Yeah, in the end decided to check 3 ways. Bottom 2. I do have a nice amount of blockers, I mean. He bets pot, I'm out, as the Canadian in me would say. Go for it here, we have a redraw. And also full house, if we have redraws, actually. BB, that's correct. Can't get past that, that's just nuts. Yeah, but, you know, no entries right now, like at least none beside mine, at PLO 10 and 20. But PLO 50 has 31, so I can't wait for next week. Yeah, so I hope you can make it for the giveaway, Thello. I would love for you to win the Matrix. Oh, and I'm also, hang on. I have no clue. I think I looked this one up. I think this one is actually one of the few cards. I mean, I was wrong last time. Before I keep on talking, let's check that out. I'll wait until the pre-flop is over. That is a very nice flop. So we are small blind versus cutoff. We have queens and fours, single suited. You know what? Queens and down to sixes would be a raise fold. Fours would just be a fold. The more you know. Maybe just calling here. Because it's not a... Well, it is a board you can have stuff on. So that should have been folded, interestingly enough. Oh, it's 5100, you have to buy in for 1k. Oh, I see. Oh, Jesus, that is huge then. Wow. That is proper huge. I understand. Wow, wow. Congratulations. That's a sweet hand to come in for the squeeze here. Especially out of position, lowering the SPR and all that jazz, but not the... Oof. Do I just pot it? Assume that nobody has king 9? Which I think is a reasonable assumption at this point. Well, not reasonable. A lot of king 9s would have just checked here, especially in these positions, depending on their side cards. Let's go for it. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Turn poggers. Yeah, so with that we're up almost 90 bucks now. Actually, we're up more than 90 bucks. Probably has to be a raise fold, right? Mr. Pretty, you were stuck. Well put. Again, not entirely sure. Maybe a deep, so that probably changes things enough that it's an okay call. That's a very okay turn. Snap fold, huh? King 9. So I'll let this one go. So I don't want to call. The would have only been a decision between raising and folding. I think this one is a fine fold. Oh, that's an interesting feature of that. I had thought about that. Yeah, because everybody can only buy in for 10 BB, if I understand you correctly. Yeah, I think I do. Then you can just hold on indefinitely if nobody manages chips up. Yeah, if your variance is good enough. Yeah. Wow, that has to be crazy variance-wise. I honestly don't want to imagine. I had so rough stretches and sessions and months short sticking 30 big blinds. I'm not sure my mind could take that. Okay. Thanks, Zeno. You would have raised there too, huh? That's kind of an intriguing turn. I would assume that Jack 10 at least. Well, he doesn't have to Jack 10. We are good? Wow. What do you have then? Ace Queen? Eights. Turned eights. 9-8. 10-9, 8-8. Was his exact hand. Good for us. And yeah, you're right. Calling does look stronger. In a way. What are these guys up to? Wow. Oh, Super User is here. I hadn't noticed. And he is quite super to play against. 82 VPIP, PFR 51, 3-bet 23. Folds to 3-bet 9 out of 150 cases, so 6%. That's a strong line of stats right there. And a strong line of cards up here. Ace, 7-3, single suited 2 days. Don't mind if we do. I think this could go either way. Let's check it this time. If somebody bets, maybe I'll actually put in the check raise. Frauschwein is here! Nice to see you, Frauschwein. Things are going well today. We're up 4.5 buy-ins, something like that. Now the question is, do I really raise here for the half pot? You know what? I think I will. It's definitely the higher variance line. There's plenty of hands he can call us. Plenty of hands we're at most flipping against, I would think. Oh! Yeah, it's probably true. Cool, take it down right away. I hope you heard of the giveaway, Frauschwein. On Sunday, the stream starts at 6 o'clock Central European Summertime, in the evening of course. And at 7 o'clock we're gonna have the home games. At 9 o'clock Central European Summertime, so German time, we're gonna start the giveaways. We are giving away 1 month of RunItOnce Elite training, kindly provided by the generous folks over there, and 1 month of the PLO Matrix, equally generously provided by the fine folks at Upswing Poker. And on top of that, I'll be an affiliate for both. Upswing asked me if I want to be an affiliate, and I was like, okay, sure. And with RunItOnce, I think I signed the contract earlier and sent it to them. So if any of you ever want to sign up to RunItOnce and support the channel at the same time, then that'll be possible in the future. I'm quite excited about all of that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that feature. I heard about that, right? And it takes like 2 weeks or something to red hole timer. So if you win big, within those 2 weeks or whatever it was, you need to buy in for whatever you had back then. Okay. Yeah, right. That is a very interesting approach. Yeah, I think it's unique, right? Frauschwein. Yeah, pretty much. So, here's the thing. My bankroll is almost there organically, so I'm missing like, was it in terms of PLO 20, like 20, 25 buy-ins to have the 100 buy-ins required that I would like to have for PLO 50, but I have some... I figured I'm potentially costing myself money not moving up earlier, and I have some money that I could, if need be, pull into the bankroll. I don't want to, but I could. You know, if things go south, I can either move down again to PLO 20, or I can put some money in. And sorry for the detour there. To answer your question a little bit more exactly. So I figured out this week, like, I thought about all that. And then Gloryman had the idea of doing like a countdown thing. Or sort of a giveaway. Here we're gonna check behind. It's a very sweet turn, giving us top and bottom. we're gonna... Don't need to bet this one pot. 3/4 is fine. Up here, checking suits me as well. Took it down on table 3 down there with the 3/4 bet size. And right, so Gloryman came up with these ideas, then I reached out to various companies, and they, you know, so kindly came through. And I figured, so Mondays I take the day off, so that means I can use Monday to study, and then start Tuesday on RunItOnce with PLO 50. So yeah, that's how that came to be. I hope that made sense. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. Oh, Rauschwein, that's very nice. I'm almost lost for words there for a moment. That's very nice of you, and it means a lot to me, you saying that. Thank you very much. So if he bets pot, I'm not gonna call. So this guy never comes over the top, basically, at least pre-flop. I assume that's mostly true for post as well. He's also very call happy, so if he calls, we're definitely getting a good price. Yeah, well, it shows you what I know. I can't. I don't think I should. He is having something here, but he has a set, I would think. Yeah. Yeah, poof. That was very happy how this went. And he had an interesting hand too for that board. Why am I in this hand? Oh, because it was limped and I only needed to check. Now I have an open-ender with both backdoors. And all the straights that I could make right there, 2 straights would be to the nuts. Oh, awesome! You have an account. Oh yeah, I meant by the way, the affiliate was only for RunItOnce training, not for the poker site. I don't do affiliations things yet. But yeah, keep playing if at least if you like the site. I understand if you want to wait for the new patch. Let me check Discord again. There was like some rumor that it might happen today, but nope, nothing confirmed. So I would very strongly assume that it happens next week. Oh, you play mostly no limit, yeah. I think the traffic is gonna move. I think there are gonna be 2 points in the near future where traffic is gonna grow again. And I think releasing the new patch is gonna help a lot. And resizable tables afterwards, which apparently, like for some time it seemed like it would be quite in the distant future, and now I heard Phil Gaffin say that he was surprised to find out or to learn that it is now much closer to being implemented, the resizable tables. So I would hope that those 2 points in time are gonna, in the following days, provide more traffic once more. Interesting card. Pretty decent river. The nuts, huh? I'll let you know how that works out. Take one off. It's a very nice turn. One less flush draw to worry about. I don't know, maybe that's a lead. It's probably a lead on a turn, right? Didn't get called on the other table, took it down. This table is down to heads up, which I'm not down for. And I think I'm actually gonna end the stream, take a break a little bit earlier, because I haven't eaten this afternoon, I just noticed a little bit earlier. I think that might be a plus EV move in the near future to go for some food, so let's call it another 5 minutes. And then I'll go on break, but I'll be back earlier than I usually would. Like, normally I would be back in 3.5 hours, or 3 hours 15 minutes. But I'm gonna be back earlier. I'm gonna tweet it out as always. Gonna put it on. It's gonna be on my Discord as well. Yeah. Although, I mean, we beat all the other jacks. Taking it down. Yeah, my stomach is grumbling. I think that's the way to go. Like, say, one more orbit on the full table, on the 600 table. And then I'm gonna go on the break. Gonna size up here a little bit. Wouldn't mind ending the pot right there. Mogris! Now that is nice seeing you here. Then I'm gonna tell you about the latest news once more before I head into a break in a few moments. So of course we're gonna have the home games once more, this time with an added bounty on my head in both tournaments on Sunday at 7 o'clock Central European Summertime, the usual time. More exciting though, we are gonna be moving up to PLO 50 next Tuesday. To celebrate the very fact, we're gonna have a pretty sizable, pretty nice giveaway this Sunday. So stream is gonna start at 6 o'clock Central European Summertime this Sunday. Home game is gonna start at 7, and the giveaway is gonna start at 9 all PM. And in the giveaway, we are giving away 1 month of elite membership to RunItOnce training, provided generously by the folks over there, and 1 month of the PLO matrix provided by Upswing, also very generous, and on top of that 5 gift subs for the channel. So, you know, it's open to everybody. Hope to see you there. And I'm not gonna play Scoop this year. I just don't have the patience for those tournaments. I played a satellite, and halfway through playing the satellite, when I was chip leader, I was, oh, I don't want to win this, because then I checked out how long Scoop tournaments are gonna last. It was like 8 hours or 9 hours or something insane, and nah. Maybe next time when they come around. Are we deep against anybody? Nope. Even then, in the small blind, I'm not just completing. Thank you very much for dropping in, Frau Schwein. Okay, blocker 2 better straight, and the wheel. Backdoor flush draw. Really not looking to get raised here. He's the small blind, he really shouldn't have full houses here. I'm gonna close my eyes and call. I have no idea where I'm at here. Nice. Nice. Okay, a few more hands, then we head off into the break. A little earlier today, but I'm also gonna be back a little bit earlier to compensate for the very fact. Gonna tweet it out, gonna put it on the Discord, so if you care, if you want, then you can get notified via those ways. You can, of course, if you want, also follow the channel. That way you get notified by Twitch and by email if you so choose. Or if that's not your thing, then that's cool as well. Then just check the schedule. Which is if you write on my Twitch page, or just come back whenever you like. Cause chances are I'll be around. I'm doing this all the time, every day, basically, except Mondays. And chances are you'll catch me around. Last hand here, which I shouldn't have raised, probably, although this guy wasn't here, this guy was sitting out, so it was effectively the cutoff. Not a huge deal. Gonna fold it to a re-raise though, gonna fold this one as well. And that's all she wrote for now. Let's check out the final tally here. And also roll the credits to thank all the fine folks who followed today. So on microgaming. On microgaming we are up 24. On microgaming we are up 30 euros. On RunItOnce I just closed. Damn it! I think on RunItOnce we were up 70, so I think we're up 5 buy-ins, maybe a little more. So, all is well for the first stream of the day. Thanks everybody for keeping me company, for being around, for being active in the chat, giving me advice and asking questions, and everything has been said already. So I'm gonna host Easy with Aces if you want. Then he's a fine tournament player. Don't really have anything else to bore you with. So, yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Cheers, have a pleasant